in a row. Manawatu is the venue for Manawatu's fourth game in this condensed ITM Cup for 2012 and Tasman's third game. And in co-commentary with me this afternoon, record holder of most tests for an All Black halfback, Justin Marshall.
Yes, good afternoon, Ken, and good afternoon, everybody. Well, fresh off the back of the All Blacks last night in the Rugby Championship, what fascinates me about this encounter is we're back to the new rules. It's not a great day here, as we'll hear very shortly from our sideline commentator, Mel Robinson. She's brightly dressed down there in a lovely orange coat, and she'll fill us in. But the reason that I have got some interest is because the 5-second rule will be enforced today, unlike last night. It'll be interesting to see how these teams adapt in these conditions. They're going to have to move the ball even though it's wet and windy.
Former Black Fern Mel Robinson is sideline.
That's right, those teams in the changing room there will be running out to some pretty horrible conditions. As you can see, it's raining. The winds are 34 kilometres an hour, temperature about 10 or 12 degrees. And the key is that the team running from right to left, the wind strongly favours them, so it's going to have a big effect on this match. 2 wins and 8 losses for Tasman in 2011, 1-1 so far in 2012, beating the defending champions Canterbury and losing to Taranaki, the Tasman Marcos, make their first appearance at FMG for 2012. And among their valuable acquisitions in the off-season, Campbell Johnson, 3 tests for the tight head prop out of Lindisfarne College, and has been an NPC winner and a Super 12 winner as well. 110 kilograms, and his power, his presence and his ability at scrum time is one of the features for the Tasman Marcos. And out wide, Kieran Fonotia in 13 scored the winning try against Canterbury, playing for the Maris Club in Tasman out of the Christchurch Club originally in Christchurch at 108 kilograms, light on his feet, dominant with the ball, and a strong presence in defence. Jeremy Sua in jersey 21 is the Manu Samoa halfback who was at the Pacific Nations earlier this season. And for the home team, Manawatu 7-3 in the championship. Last year lost the final, of course, to Hawke's Bay. 1 win and 2 losses so far in the competition this year, with losses to Wellington and Auckland, and a very dominant performance earlier this week against Northland. Aaron Smith and Aaron Cruden missing, of course, from Manawatu in the ITM Cup so far in 2012, led by the outstanding Nick Croswell, who was headed to the Chiefs in 2013. Very big forward pack taking the field today. Croswell, of course, the captain, and Michael Fitzgerald out of the Takawa Club. He was another recruit to the Chiefs in 2012 by former Manawatu coach Dave Rennie. Ended up playing 12 games for the Chiefs, and a valuable contributor he was to their success in 2012. A middle-of-the-line-out specialist jumper, very good with the ball in hand, and in the tackle ball area is a very, very dominating presence, Michael Fitzgerald. And another very interesting player in the last couple of seasons coming through, Asa Eli Tikoe Rotuma. Those of you watching will remember him when he played in the Heartlands Championship for Wanganui out of Wanganui City College. He's been a previous Heartlands Player of the Year. He was recruited to Manawatu by Dave Rennie to play centre, and then recruited to the Chiefs by Dave Rennie to play in the outside backs, and he's had a tremendous season, playing 15 games. Lewis Marshall in jersey 21 is a quality player. Kane McBride from Canterbury in charge of today's game.
Thank you. Thank you. Right, Nick.
Junior Tomasi Thama, about great players on the sevens circuit. He's right up there. Tomasi Thama. Ricky Hoiata under that ball. Hayden Cripps.
Actually went forward by a green player. We'll have our scrum.
So a good tidy start from Tasman. They look to move the ball nice and early. It's the key thing that you need to do in conditions like this. It's kind of predictable to kick. So what you need to do is balance your game out, try and bring wingers up, make the back three shift a little so that when you do kick, you can kick nice and accurately and hopefully to land rather than to hand, obviously. And they look set here to run again, Tasman. So early promising dry weather rugby start.
Sit. Gone down here.
Yeah, we've got to say that in the game, the curtain raiser before this, as we watched the replay of the scrum, that it was the secondary girls' final and the teams going from left to right tried to kick it, and the wind's so gusty that it kept pushing the ball back. So pretty much the only option, unless you've got a flat kick, is to run it into these conditions.
4-2 split for Tasman. There it is, on the top of your screen.
Well, certainly on, as you mentioned, Ken, to go left here because the two defenders on the right, they've got to mark up against 4 and the winger's back a bit further, so he's slightly guarding against the option for a kick. So on for Tasman here to go left. You can see those two defenders there on the right. There's a winger further back 5 metres from them.
Have a look. Down the right side. Robbie Melnick slips the first line of defence. Nice inside ball for Peter Beetham, who's had a very good ITM Cup. What a start from the visitors. Tasman with a nice little 8-9 play down the right side. Melnick good enough to create the space. And Peter Beetham with the finish.
Wow, what an excellent finish. It shows how much I know. I thought they should have gone left. They went, I guess, to the harder side, but they execute it perfectly. Don't underestimate the work that Allfield did as well. He actually drew the player very well. The 8-9 was nice and efficient, even though the scrum's not going up the right side. You can see there, he draws Coswell. From there, Melnick in and out, and through he goes. And watch Beetham here, the support work he does extremely well to get on the inside, and then he's just got the gas to finish it. Great start, Tasman. Perfect set-piece try.
Yeah, he's read it. It started Melnick going through. Ball in two-hand. It was just a nice little pass to the support player, Peter Beetham, who looks like a good prospect. Very fast, 1.91 m, 98 kilograms. Nice finish.
And put down a big try assist for Robbie Melnick. Peter Beetham had the easy finish. They say you can't coach class. It was a lovely little left-right to get himself on the outside of Junior Tomisi Tharma's tackle. Open it up. And Goodman, who's in great form in 2012. Gee, had a tremendous game against Canterbury. And it's Melnick. Look at the class here. In, out. Too quick for Tharma. And then trailing on the inside, Peter Beetham. Once he caught the ball, is always a try. 8-9 at its very best. Breakdown.
Yeah, they let that go. Breakdown in communication. You're right there, Kenny. It was worked very well, but Jason O'Halloran, the Turbo's coach, won't be happy because defensively that was poor. And yes, Melnick produced a good step, but Tharma and co should have shut that down, and that's not an ideal defensive start for the Turbos.
Get in, Reed.
Managed to get some change out of this kickoff. Can they force a turnover and try and strike back straight away?
Francis Smith. Lost forward of Tim Perry.
Walking. Walking. Scrum call.
I was really impressed with Manawatu against Northland on Wednesday. You know, the Taniwha had just beaten Waikato, and we all thought that they were the favourites, but this team here, Manawatu, they just came through. Their pack was amazing. They put pressure on every breakdown. They got numbers there, and they played with a lot of passion and fire and got their first victory of the season.
So this attacking scrum handed to Manawatu. Compliments of the balk at the line out from Francis Smith. Tharma forced to go to the line. The Tasman defence is up quick. A bit of one-pass football from Manawatu. Gibbons with the pick and go. So into the 22. Tharma is on the right.
12.
Well, they just chip away.
Get off it, Reed.
Good continuity.
Use it.
Mr. Marshall said that 5-second rule
Use it.
means they can't leave it there and have a cup of tea. We've got to constantly try to keep the ball in motion. Now Bryson for Baker along the ground and tidied up by Hayden Cripps. It's good running from Avambati. Allfeld. Tim Perry.
Last thing, please.
Shane Christie.
Release, Green.
He's been in good form too. Christie. Allfeld.
Just too early.
Avambati from a standing start. Cripps to the line. Good shot in defence from Fraser Stone.
Number 6, too early.
He doesn't let courage, as we've seen, Cripps to go to the line, but neither does Tomasi Tharma in defence. He hit him hard and hit him perfectly around the chest. The penalty was his crosswell. A missed touch. Still going to get some change out of it though, Kenny. Needed to stay in play there for Otuma.
It's that wind I was talking about. It's the kind of effect it's going to have.
Full line out on the Tasman 10 metre. A lot of movement in the line. Boyata's the target. Oh, Beetham looked like he was going to catch the ball, made no attempt to grab, so Andrew Goodman, the captain, they lose about 5 metres on the plate. Now Beetham with a bit of go forward. Shane Christie. They've hit the left side. Gary Redmond. Good work from Tasman. Christie carries again, second time, and the sequence of possession, then driven back in the tackle. Cripps. Avambati standing still. Easy target, loses the ball. Manawatu. The speed of the line produced that turnover. And now Jason Emery with an attacking kick inside the 22. Plenty of work to do and a good chase. Jason Emery just out. Oh, Palmerston North, boys high. And there's a very, very hot prospect. And there it is, it's a soft turnover. And Manawatu onto it quickly.
Yeah, they certainly were. And like you said, the kick here looked a little bit innocuous, but it was good work from Emery. He doesn't give up. He's a long way behind. You can watch him here in the orange boots. He keeps coming, and it's easy for a player to get away from you there, but he doesn't give up just on the ankles. And they've created a good opportunity here from a turnover, Tasman. They would look, Manawatu, I should say, but Tasman are looking good. Their ruck speed is good. They're getting good ball, aren't they, Mel? And they seem to be sort of working efficiently before that turnover at the breakdowns.
One thing Manawatu have been doing well is that their forwards take a lot of the heat off their backs, in particular Tomasi Tharma, and so by the time he's unleashed, it's about the third or fourth phase, and they've taken away a lot of the defences. We saw Emery there, who happens to be a cousin of Stacey Jones, so if you think he looks a little bit stocky like the Jones boy, you're right, they are related, and it looks like he's got beautiful footwork as well, Ken.
He has indeed. He was chased heavily by the Warriors as well, Jason Emery. We've seen him on our coverage of Land Rover First 15 Rugby in the last couple of seasons as well as a schoolboy. And of course New Zealand secondary schools and Hurricane schools player last year. And even though he's only young, Manawatu have a reputation for giving young players a go.
They certainly do. As you mentioned, pre-commentary, Kenny, the Aaron Smith and obviously Aaron Cruden and Andre Taylor, you mentioned, also started here under Dave Rennie, so they are happy to promote, and it's great to see. It's encouraging and good that the talent isn't held back and it is promoted. And what it also is promoted is a great try and score opportunity. This is the hardest place to defend. As a player, this is where you feel most vulnerable. You're on the line, you can't move. The initiative with a good scrum is all for the attacking team.
Touch. Sit.
Jamie Oliver at the back. Bryson drops to the right side. They put an 8-9 play. The ball not taken by Milner. Scudder. Christie.
Red knocked on, green one wasn't.
Well, they probably went the wrong way here because they had 3 players across there, Tasman. I think it was on to go left. That wasn't a knock on. It went sort of through the hands but not propelled forward. So they get another go, and they've got a full back line out to the left, the Turbos. You can see there they had not got great width though. You know, Tukuru Tuma for me, he needs to be right across into this 5. So they look set for a target to me.
Sit!
So there is no blind, so they'll come the open. Oliver goes to the line. Now the pick and go.
Last seat, step.
Campbell Johnson with the play at the ball. No.
Number 9, and then the next person, no release after making the tackle.
Yeah, I think he's got that right. He mentioned that the first 2 players really held on for too long, which was Allfield, and then the player afterwards. You can see here, the referee, when he asked this player to let go, doesn't let go. In fact, it's the open side flank. You can see his hand is still on it there. He finally lets it go, and then they come in again. And Campbell Johnson is actually okay and able to do that, but it was the previous player that he penalised for slowing the ball down, which then compromised the next ruck where Johnson was able to get in.
Looking a bit warmer than I am. Probably used to those conditions here in Palmerston North, I reckon.
Unlike you to be underdressed, Mel. Oh my goodness.
Well, she's got the wine, that's keeping her warm.
And the scarf, obviously, is doing something.
And the flag.
Well, it is cold out there, people, so that's why I'm kind of surprised. I'm not feeling the pain at all.
That beard will keep him warm.
The Buckets at their best here at FMG. Cripps. Emery is beaten in the air. Referee says play on. Emery close to the touchline.
It's interesting. I think that looked to me like it came off the Tasman's player's shoulder and went forward from that dropout. Back to the kick. Those kicks need to be converted. See, that was a couple of minutes ago, but they need to take their points. Yeah, that looks like a knock-on to me. Sure, for Tasman. That's definitely a knock-on. So a bit hard done by there. 1 or 2.
Crouch! Touch! Sit! Stay on.
The Nelson Club. Peter Beetham again from the wing, looking for work. Into the backfield of the Manawatu defence. A nice inside ball to keep the attack alive. It's a 50-metre run from Tasman. 45 of those belonging to Beetham as Thavambati in the middle of the park is tackled on the 22. Hardly any ball and hardly any field position. Tasman, but they are on the front foot inside the 22. Good attack.
Oh, it was a great break. Beetham, they can't contain him at the moment. Every time he touches the ball, he injects some pace onto it. Here, he's just straight off the scrum, off 9. Goes straight through the defensive system there. Turns the ball inside. He's actually on to get the ball back there. From here, this is not a pick-and-go option. For me, that's where the ball needs to be moved from the contact area. And as they went to pick it up, they knocked it forward. Thavambati, I think it was.
Yeah, there he is. The hardest place to defend is from a scrum to the first 5, just inside the first 5, and they manipulated that hole really well, just putting Beetham in there in a nice wide pass, and he just went straight through the hole.
I'm not going to talk over you guys.
So a 4-2 split from Manawatu. There it is in a defensive shape. The 4 players out to the right on your screen. Tomasi Thama loves to run the football from anywhere on the park.
Crouch!
Don't be surprised
Touch.
if they kick or if they run.
Sit!
Oliver picks the ball up and Alford's waiting to make the tackle.
It's carried back.
Baker goes long. This is Milner, can run the ball, started in the middle and back down the left. Allfeld. Cripps to the line. Couldn't free the ball in the tackle, but they recycle. Campbell Johnston. Fredericks turned initially, but the ball big men of Tasman just rolling their sleeves up. They make an error in contact. But the tactics are sensible.
Yeah, they are sensible. They're using the ball very well. The forwards are actually making lots of inroads. This is the knock on. He lands real awkwardly here. Look at that. Just about scrapes his face on the grass. Nasty stuff. But they are making some good meters to the advantage line, Tasman.
State of the pitch down here, you'd nearly bounce off it. It's like a mattress.
Very nice.
And why no, we love to bounce on our mattresses. Carl Bryson.
Red moving the whole time.
Campbell Johnson, well, you know him. Just he'll have a few tricks up his sleeve at scrum time, it's for sure.
Certainly will. Plying his trade in France in recent years at Biarritz. Yeah. A bit different than the conditions we have here.
He's in front.
Just a bit of discipline there.
This man here.
Oh, way in front.
No impact on the play, even though he was in front, nonetheless. The rules are the rules.
They just look a little unsure of how to play with this one, Manawatu. They're not really getting themselves into this game, per se, and because of that, the hesitation, they didn't want to take a quick tap. They weren't sure whether or not to take the scrum again, and eventually they just did nothing with it and conceded a penalty. So they're just lacking a little bit of assertiveness at the moment, and I think that's also coming to fruition in the defence. They need to come forward, get some line speed, get some energy into the game.
Yeah, well, I guess their playmaker, Thama, his first inclination is to run it, not kick it, even though he can kick.
Francis Smith for Ricky Hoiata. Drive. And then Moore, Gary Redmond at the back. And short for Goodman. And ball goes backwards. Allfeld, Francis Smith on the advantage line. Oh, very good work in defence from Callum Gibbons. The tackle, stripped the ball. Big defensive play from the open side flanker, and then a poor execution, catch and pass from Manawatu.
No, last hit, please.
Means they're not able to clear as efficiently as they wanted to. Now they try and drive forward. Bryson with the clearance. Hayden Cripps. And George Miller tucks the ball, bends his back and charges in. Ricky Hoiata just makes it to the advantage line. Good run from the lock. A lot of traffic to deal with. Christie. Goodman. Shape to pass. Takes the line on.
Release screen! You're going off your feet onto that player.
No,
self-supported, please.
Can't agree with that. Repo will probably prove me wrong. But
I'd like boys discipline down here, lads.
to me, I think Milner Scudder, I believe it was on his feet. Let's have a look.
Let's contest this, boys.
Here's the breakdown. It's the 12, actually. Baker, and he's fine. He's fine. He was on his feet. Absolutely. There he goes. Over the ball, on his feet. He's got 2 players on him. Rips the ball clear. What's that a penalty for? Off his feet, the referee said. So he was not. He got the wrong player.
Francis Smith. Hoiata in the middle of the line out for Tasman. 2 locks for Tasman have been prominent. Goodman. Christie. Hard yards, not much room. Babumbati.
Number 1, grabbing the halfback.
Well, I reckon they've got a rough one again. Now, I don't want to get negative here at all, by any means. I'm not that type of guy. But for me, you watch Alford here. His hands are on the ball. When he goes in, there's his hands on the ball. What's wrong with that?
Well, when Manawatu played on Wednesday night, the referee, Garrett Williamson, let them contest at the breakdown a lot. So you could ask the question, did Kane McBride watch that and decide, well, I'm not going to let that happen?
Well, if you're in possession of the football, you're entitled to be tackled. That's
Yes.
the very nature of the game.
Yeah, it is.
Sometimes if you come in with a mindset, you can penalise even if it wasn't what happened.
Crouch!
I concur.
Touch!
So the bottom line,
Sit!
it's 21 minutes gone, Tasman lead 5-0, and they've got an attacking scrum.
Yeah, an interesting one.
Side.
Ken, what would you have done in this situation? You know, a chance playing into the wind to get probably an easy 3 from here, isn't it? They opted for the scrum.
Well, the way that Beetham and Melnick are running, I can see the logic of using the ball.
Well, there's Beetham there. Good point that you mentioned that. Beetham before, he's just in behind the scrum. They've used him. Last time he came on the inside there of Cripps. The time before that, when they didn't use him, he was outside him. So they've got plenty of options there. And now he's sort of looking like he's going to go right.
And there will be as many viewers at home saying, take the 3 and get the ball back from the kick-off. And of course, there's logic in that as well.
Yeah, Beetham's definitely setting himself up there in that hole that he ran through last time.
I wonder if one of those people's Leon McDonald thinking, take the 3.
That's right. Or Grant Fox.
Foxy would take the 3. Particularly if he is kicking or playing.
Take the 3 and 3 minutes.
Touch! Sit! Go!
So Beetham immediately behind the number 8. Allfeld. Beetham now into first receiver. It's a little short play for Fonortia, who's been strong in 2012. Takes him a while to get the big centre to the ground. Now Christie tips the ball on for Hoiata, been very prominent in line-out time and around the field. They go left again. A lot of defence to deal with, but they recycle the ball. Tim Perry backs into the defence. Redmond. You can hear the talk. They roll around towards the open side. Tasman. Manawatu trying to find a way to hold them up. And they go into touch, so Manawatu most likely with a defensive line out.
Well, that was better defence, Mel, wasn't it? They actually came forward with some attitude and put some shoulders onto the Tasman players, because that was a good, consistent attack, but they held them out quite well that time.
Yeah, they did, and this is about the 3rd or 4th time Tasman have put them all up as we see play resume.
Very quick throw on their own line.
Holding on.
Oh, and they concede a penalty.
No.
Paulson.
I like what Tasman are doing, though. They're throwing a number of tactics and patterns out there. They've got a couple of strike moves they've used so far. They're building phases, and they're just playing it tight as well.
They've split their forwards. 4 on the right, 4 on the left. They go to Francis Smith. They backs into the line. Now the other forwards join. Thavambati with a big right-hand pick up. About 6 metres out. Nick Croswell.
Release 6. Last thing.
Christie.
Advantage, offside. 7 green.
It's against Gibbons. Gary Redmond. Couple metres out. This is great field position.
7 green, offside.
Points! Points!
You're offside.
Someone's screaming points. You could hear it in the referee's mic. The message has obviously been relayed down from Leon McDonald.
When you take a
Yeah,
quick
here it is, see the Manawatu player, the open side, nowhere near being behind the last man's feet.
must give them time to drop their numbers, otherwise the numbers won't count. That's why we've carried on. It's always been there.
Nick Croswell.
Yes, mate.
Geez, a good player,
Come see
Croswell.
him. Come
He's
see him.
sorry for him. He's had a few injury problems in the last couple of years, but he very highly regarded as a lock or blindside flanker. As I said earlier, signed for the Chiefs in 2013 and will most certainly add some physicality to an already physical forward pack they've got there.
Absolutely will, yes. Great player. I'm with him on that, though. If you didn't pick up what he said, when did that rule come into place? What the referee's saying is, you took the quick line out, but you've got to give the other team time to put the appropriate numbers in. Well, how's it a quick line out then?
Yep. Oh, everybody laughs. It's tough, the conditions, the wind, the ball is just going everywhere and it's in the air.
Oh, that's a ball.
Give himself up as well. Redmond. So one pass and same way football from Tasman. And they turn the ball over. Bryson now for Tharma. A long ball out to the right side for Foreman.
Great tackle.
Hayden Cripps with a big defensive effort. Bryson, Gibbons to the line, the open side flanker, great field position, and they've got the football. Bryson has knocked the ball on.
Oh, I tell you what, they are getting ripped off here a little bit, Manawatu, and I do not wish to be negative towards the referee, but that's about 3 now that they've copped in the last 5 minutes. Kane McBride's there. It was the work. You watch this. This is the turnover that they eventually get. But the turnover was because of Redmond. Up here, they take it into contact. And you watch Redmond, the open side flanker, when the next ruck develops from here. They almost turned it over, Tasman. We won't see it at the moment, but we might come back to it. We'll go to the scrum. We'll go to the live action first.
Straight down.
Justice.
Justice. There you go.
We're just going to have a quick look. We've managed to see this. Here's Redmond. Around he goes. Boots it. Now. I tell you what, I have some sympathy. I just can't believe, I cannot believe Bryson wasn't blowing up at the referee. I would have been going off my... Anyway.
Open sides are trained to do that.
They are indeed, Mel. They are a nuisance. They are a menace. That's why we love them.
You see more and more halfbacks kick the ball out at the back of the scrums when they're trying to do something to disrupt.
That's right, yes. So this really needs to go over. They need to convert some points with the win, Manawatu, or they're really going to struggle in the second half. Mind you, they could always come out and play like Tasman have.
Great clear. The ball won't bend round. As they can't turn a trick so far. After nearly half an hour, Manawatu. Tasman. Very conservative in their use of the football. It's slow restarts. This is into the wind football at its very best. Pick and go. Big men taking it up.
Oh, lucky. He can go. Beetham again. Well, they got it that time. They got the knock on, but there is a significant advantage, isn't there, as you look at it, viewers out there, to the team playing right to left, which is Manawatu, and at the moment they're just not capitalising on any advantage they've got with the weather, are they, Mel?
Yeah, as soon as that ball goes in the air, it's going to blow back into Tasman. So for Manawatu, if it's a lock or one of the outside backs, they've just got to attack the ball real hard in the air.
Touch. Sit. Come in. Chase.
Bryson. Takoiro Tuma with a little bit of footwork at the line. Fredericks and Christie got their hands on the ball. They might get to use it or lose it if they can stay on Takoiro Tuma long enough. Kane McBride's letting it go. It's a big defensive play for Tasman. Marcos, Fredericks and Christie can take a bow.
Oh, it's excellent defence, all right. Takoiro Tuma, he was the man that injected himself into the game. Similar tactic to Beetham, but this is not the body height you want in this position when you go into contact. And what he really needs there is for those forwards not to drive through the contact, but to get him to the ground as quickly as possible so they can try and win the ball.
And a big rap for Gary Redmond as well, who was in there lending a hand. It's a good ball and all tackle. Stopped the player going to the ground, stopped them offloading. And he did it good enough to earn themselves a good defensive scrum coming out of their own quarter.
Yeah, well, there's the difference there, 61% possession to Tasman. Well, they don't have the territory, it's what they're doing with the ball. They're playing smart rugby. And as you can see, time in the opposition 22, they've just had more chances to attack.
I think the boys that have got on the board actually got it.
We saw a wonderful curtain raiser, Mel, didn't we?
Oh, it was amazing. The first ever New Zealand secondary girls nationals final. Fielding taking on Auckland Grammar, where Fielding won 22 points to 5. And they're the first time holders of the Hini Pounamu trophy. So some very good rugby played by both of the sides.
Crouch.
Goodman, not much work today for the captain. She had a terrific game against Canterbury when they beat them in an upset
Is this playing for this man to
last
bring his
start.
arm down? Yeah.
So dominant with the football,
Let's have it again.
so powerful in defence.
Yeah, you're holding.
The Ranfurly Shield game against Taranaki, Tasman were just outstanding in that too. I mean, expansive rugby, offloads, attack. It was just amazing to watch.
Touch. Sit.
Off-field, good scrum from Manawatu. Fredericks picks up some easy metres, then offloads for Christie. She's been good this season. Christie, very physical, very dominant, all-field. Falls over. Dharma.
Did you see that as well?
Yeah. Always saying hello to each other. But there you go, and champ. All-field. Goodman. All-field. Long ball, missed out too, goes behind, no, went forward.
Well, this is the conditions that Tasman are playing into at the moment. Just to give you a perspective back at home, so it is very, very strong for Manawatu, who have that advantage, but just have not got enough ball or opportunities. They've only had 2 of them really to kick the points, and both of them have missed. So they'll be desperate to get some points in this last 8 minutes, or they're really up against it in the second half.
Touch. Sit. Come in. Chase.
We're walking round. Here.
Yeah, well, Manawatu just haven't used the ball, I guess. I mean, they haven't had possession as much as Tasman, but they just haven't used the wind and tried to pin Tasman in the corners.
I must say, I'd like to make a general comment, if you don't mind, Ken, and you can correct me if you like, and all you people at home can agree or disagree, but I must admit, after watching last night's rugby championship game and then today watching the scrum engage, it's just so much better. You're not seeing standing up or early hits or anything. The only scrum penalties have been from something that's happened after the hit. It just seems to flow so much better, this new engage.
Not to mention the 5-second clearance.
Exactly, yes.
So the engagement's quicker, use of the ball at the base of the ruck and maul is quicker, and the ball, logic says, in action longer.
Yes.
Very clear, we'll want to bend that ball around and give the home crowd something to smile about.
Well done, he'll be happy to get that over as well. That's probably the hardest of his 3 kicks, so they've got those points, Manawatu. If they could get a few more, I think they'd be a lot better in terms of not getting a serve from Jason O'Halloran at half-time.
Well, this is the key here. They'll have to have a nice, clean kick-off take. Hopefully use the wind and put a bit more pressure on Tasman in their territory again.
Hayden Cripps looking for Fitzgerald, and a good piece of defence from the youngster Jason Emery on the halfback, but they recycle the ball. Savambati. Beetham at first receiver. Gee, looks for work. Beetham.
Oh, see that?
Bit of skill. I don't know whether it was by design or by luck. Beetham, the ball goes behind. Emery can't control, sends it into touch off his hand, so Tasman will throw to the line out.
Here's the turnover. Check out this bit of skill. Forwards interlinked passing at its best.
It's a fluke.
I don't want to dive on it. We're going to boot it at you, and you better catch it so the coach doesn't give me a rip.
Beetham's been active, looking for work. 2 or 3 times he's been around on the open side at first receiver to carry the ball, as well as been good at his core function and finishing tries off. And here he goes again, Beetham from the right wing, belted in a very good tackle, ball and all, but they recycle. And the ball's lost. Tharma recovers the ball. Bryson with an attacking kick. And Robbie Melnick is an entertaining runner from the back. Beetham. 1-on-1 with Takoiro Tuma. Bounces in the first time. Takoiro Tuma has a second go.
Get out, please. You were fine, this man wasn't.
It was awesome from Beetham, because as Melnick brought the ball back from the kick receipt, he had to work to get back behind him and receive the pass.
If he'd have rolled, you probably would have got that steal up.
Here's a couple of decent tackles. Nice shoulder there from Oliver, and then Melnick gets a bit of a shoulder as well. Takoiro Tuma attempts one, and Beetham absorbed it very well, and then he doesn't roll away. The contact out there, good to see on a Sunday afternoon.
Very happy we're retired.
Oh yes, we were talking golden oldies before this game.
Nick Boswell, bring back the rucking all right. He's having a good go in there, Bryce.
Speaking of golden oldies, that is, isn't it?
Beetham gets the ball bounce into the in goal, so he's got a choice. And this time he goes long under a difficult wind. He's been good, Beetham. I like his enthusiasm and his energy to get around the ball. Most wingers, they could easily just sit out there in the outside lane, get a suntan. But he's been happy to come in around the ruck and maul area, stand at first receiver, carry the ball, get smashed, and make a contribution to his team. Tharma to the line, gives the ball late for Baker, who does well. Thought about an offload, but instead they recycle. Now Foreman. Fia, Tharma, standing left, back towards the right. Christie tries to wrap up one of the superstars of the world, IRB 7 circuit, Tharma, in his rare appearances in the ITM Cup. Nick Croswell, the captain.
Release, Reed!
Bryson, Tharma. Long for Nehemilnaskara. It's a little bit of a stop-go before being tackled by a couple of defenders, and then the ball is loose.
Number 6, entry from the side. It's a different ball, don't go quick. Shot, fine.
Yeah, you got that right. Christie absolutely came in from the side. Bill Nascutta takes it in there, and you can see there he's gone straight in.
Number 6,
Correct entry, so opportunity again for
drive their ball.
Claire to perhaps get 3 more. As we look at it here, this angle, Mel, he's pretty much kicking directly with the wind, isn't he? So he won't probably have to allow for too much movement. It'll be pretty much down the barrel.
Yeah, it's tough because it comes and goes. It's quite gusty. So you can either anticipate that it will get pushed, or it might not.
Thinking just inside left upright. Come back to my goal kicking days, Kenny.
20 seconds.
We won't have to wait long to test it.
No, you won't. And I didn't have a good record either, so...
Why do you think I was a flanker?
Craig Clare, not too many running opportunities for Clare in the game so far, and again misses. So the conditions have been tough, but it's been a competitive half. 8-3, Tasman over Manawatu. And Mel Robinson is sidelined with Andrew Goodman.
Well, you played the conditions really well in that first half. You happy with that?
Yeah, we're pretty happy. We held on to the ball, but we're just giving away some silly penalties and they're getting points. So, yeah, we just need to tidy that up and hopefully we can capitalise on the win in the second half.
Yeah, do you think you'll change your tactics?
I suppose we'll just get it down there and, yeah, we'll still go from there.
Right, cheers.
Look forward to Robbie Melnick with a few runs, hopefully in the second half. A big win, the rain's starting to come. It's been a competitive 40 minutes, but it's the Tasman Marcos 8-3 over the Manawatu Turbos. Welcome back to FMG Stadium. And Mel Robinson is with Wesley Clark, assistant coach of Manawatu.
So, Wesley, the game's anyone for the taking, but you're probably not that happy with how your team started.
No, we're doing a lot of things probably a little bit high. A few missed tackles, which plagued us in the first couple of games. We thought we solved that issue, but yeah, probably not tackling that well today either.
So how do you fix it for the second half?
Oh, it's got to be more intensity. A lot of it's attitude. It's just our weather out there. We got to own it.
And any change of tactics with the conditions?
You'll have to talk to the head coach about that.
Very respectful interview from Wesley Clark, acknowledging Jason O'Halloran. Philippe Levy, the former Manu Samoa captain, 24 tests, former Otago and Highlanders player, back in New Zealand last couple of seasons after time in Europe. And James Lowe in jersey 22 has got some power and pace as well. So two players that will add some energy and some enthusiasm to the Tasman attack.
Yeah, well, that's what it's about with this like you mentioned, congested ITM Cup, isn't it? Balancing your squad and giving the players the right amount of time at the right stage of this comp. So this is tactically something Leon McDonald's obviously thought about.
Right.
Hayden Cripps, originally out of Wellington, went to school at Wellington College and the famous Petone Club, and has been down in Tasman in search of more playing time, and from all reports He's been a wonderful influence in a very competitive Tasman outfit. 2012. Mel, we look forward to Wes Clark and his family. Farah Palmer, of course, Blackfern legend. They'll have some great kids.
Oh, absolutely, and he can ask her for advice whenever he needs it about front row stuff too. Just to let you know, Tasman actually made 4 substitutions, so 18, 19, 21, 22. So that's substitutions at lock, number 8, halfback and left wing.
Jeremy Sewer, those of you who've been following the Pacific Nations Cup and Manu Samoa in recent years will recognise him, the backup halfback to Khan Fotuali'i in the Manu Samoa team, having his first season with Tasman. There's Andrew Goodman, tidies up. Christie plays halfback. Filippo Levi. Gee, I enjoyed his contest with Hoiata the other night. 2 big back rowers belting each other for the whole game. It was beautiful to watch as Robbie Melnick with a nice inside ball for Whanatia into the 22 on the front foot now. Tasman. Sewer couldn't control the ball. So Bryson inside their own quarter. Fraser Stone. Bryson back down the left side. A long ball for Nehemuna Scudder.
No reads.
Bryson waits no room down a narrow blind, uses Paulson. Rob Foreman, gee, what an athlete. Rob Foreman, 73rd consecutive game for Manawatu today. Add to that, just prior to 20 consecutive games for Wairarapa Bush. This is his 94th consecutive first-class game. Foreman as Thama goes to the line, a little half gap, but then he's shut down. Back down the blind side for Croswell, the captain. Straight ahead, looking after the ball into the wind. Football at its best.
It certainly is. Moving the ball very well here at Manawatu, keeping it tight.
Luna Scudder at first receiver.
7 roll.
Bryson. Narrow blind, a little interplay between the forwards. Don't forget in the ITM Cup that 5-second rule, so that ball virtually as soon as it's on the ground they've got to be thinking what's next. Carl Bryson is what's next for Manawatu. Off the back now, Mafu Fia straight ahead. Not pretty, but it's effective. Look at the field position they've gained now. They've won a penalty. Good play, Manawatu. Bryson. Oh, what's wrong with that?
It's not exactly on the mark.
Half a centimetre off the mark, and we're back to restart.
It's better from Manawatu. Doesn't it show how the attitude shifts just because of the weather? 11 phases that was. And this is fair. Makes a good burst there. Over the top was Smith, and he certainly didn't come from behind most. He wasn't the tackler, was he? So it was a penalty.
Just to let you know, the rain has started to come down now. It was pretty dry in the first half, so conditions have just got worse by quite some. So those tactics that Manawatu have employed in the last minute or so is definitely the way to go.
Mafu Fia listed his weight on the program as 114 kilograms, please.
Well, that looks like he got a knee in the head there, I think it was. Yeah, you did just see that. He got a knee in the head from his own player, from Smith. And is that Beetham or is...
Sewer.
Oh, that's Sewer.
Just to let you know, remember there's a new rule too with the blood bin, so I think they'll employ that now, and I believe they get, is it 5 minutes to go off and get checked?
Peter Beetham, who's been tremendous in this game so far, looking for work, able to keep the ball alive in this position here where he's come in at first receiver.
And he's a big man, so he's very good in contact as well. People have tried to put shots on him, Tikiratima did there. Every time he touches the ball, he's showing speed and power, and that's what you want from your winger. But more importantly, like you mentioned, Kenny, he looks for work.
This is Mum, she's very happy. So we'll say some nice things. We'll get a free Samoan feed next time we're at Nelson, Justin.
I'm there on Wednesday. Well, I'm in Blenheim, but she can bring it over there.
Exactly.
Bring it down from there.
Chop suey and corned beef, made it all.
Beautiful. Well,
hairs on your chest.
And raw fish.
Raw fish by the bucket load. So Bryson Oliver, he's been powerful today, the back rower. Bryson, Fitzgerald. Mafu Fair, good defence. Very good defence from Tasman. Farmer, left foot step and a nice inside ball for Michael Fitzgerald. Dharma off the back of the ruck and then rolls the ball in the in goal. Very good, sensible football given the conditions from Manawatu. Dharma with a bit of skill and a bit of variation in the attack. Those tricky 9s and 10s, the longer the game goes on, the harder it is to track them down. Oh, unforced error. Now Christie, Francis Smith, Redmond, Hayden Cripps, good direct running from Tasman. Cripps along the ground, Robbie Melnick, it's a foot race, Robbie Melnick, yes, in the left-hand corner. Very, very smart football from Tasman, an unforced error from Manawatu, created the turnover, and then some good choices, and Melnick with a good chase.
Well, they certainly are taking Manawatu to school on how to play with the conditions. They put up a good kick. Yes, it was an error, but the pressure was there, and the chase was there from Tasman. From there, they created a turnover off the mistake, and they show good initiative here. The kick through was absolutely perfect. Melnick has the gas because he has the momentum going forward, finishes it off. Great try.
Yeah, it was a good try, and the key for me was the quick ruck ball that they got. Their blow over from their forwards was brilliant, and then the decision to kick it over the top at the end. It's what Manawatu didn't do in the first half, and it was an excellent decision.
At the end of every rainbow, there's supposed to be something. Not that I'm a non-believer.
Well, Andrew Goodman will just be hoping, rather than a pot of gold, that there's 2 points at the end of it. That'll push them out to a valuable lead, won't it?
Big runs from the captain so far, doesn't bend around at all. He's a fair player, Melnick, bringing the ball back, particularly if it's a staggered defence line, he can hurt you. Ball Cripps. Offload. Jordan Talfour. Cripps on the left. Another attacking kick along the ground. Bouncing ball for Milner. Scudder steps on the touchline. And a line-out throw for Tasman.
He was gone. If he didn't put his foot on the touch. Again, it's an intelligent kick. It almost worked. Well, it did work in the finish because Scudder puts his foot on the line, but you can see there was nobody in front of him.
Filippo Levy at the back of the line out. Cripps to the line. Let's go for it in midfield contact. He's trying to attract defenders and get a quick recycle. Filippo Levy on that occasion. Now Christie loses the ball back, says McBride, so it's play on. Ball foul. Cripps again at first receiver. It's a second man play for Beetham off the right wing. Steps away and a nice offload in the tackle, but the ball's not controlled. So there's an advantage with Manawatu. Razor Stone. He might have been isolated, but
yeah, he did well.
Bryson, Tharmas flat. Koiro Tuma, damage to Croswell, and then Gives it for Jason Emery, whose kick is untidy.
Oh, they're just not making good decisions, the Turbos. We saw Tharma before, he opted to put a little grubber kick through. This is something they should have done in the first half. Look for those options, because the defence obviously is worried about a kick, so they're a bit further back. Now they're trying to do it into the wind. They just need to retain the ball. Lucky that actually came off a Tasman foot, so they've got the advantage of getting the line out throw.
Foreman, Fraser Stone, Nick Croswell forced to go back and tidy up. Bryson Tharma, flat for Jason Emery, couldn't do much. And very good work from Redmond. Christie couldn't take the ball. Easy turnover to Koirua Tuma. It's away from Whanotia, who then strips the ball.
First by red, then by green.
So messy, isn't it? It's Sewer there, still in the blood bin.
Well, what they're doing well, so when you're playing, obviously, against a team and you've got the wind, you know that they haven't got the ability to kick, so you just increase your line speed and come up nice and fast. This is what Tasman is doing and cutting down the time for Manawatu as the subs come through, Mel.
That's right. Quinton McDonald has just gone on for Tasman, and for Manawatu, number 17, Eric Fry, comes on for the loose head prop.
Francis Smith, been at his aggressive best today, sits down after 50 minutes.
Touch. Sit.
And good scrum from Tasman. Tharma try to make something from nothing. A nice ball on the outside for Emery. Slips the first defender.
They just keep going out of play, Manawatu. So they go wide nicely here. Thummer's been a threat, even though he's not getting much ball, but really just needed to stay in play, step back in, set up the next breakdown.
Stop. Let's have it again, please. Let's not jump before the ball comes in. I want you to take a step that way. If you listen up, you've got a number on your back.
Righto.
See number 19's on there too. Kitty, number 8. Tasman.
Croswell. Offloads for Gibbons. Mafu Fear. Straight ahead and then onto it. Tasman, but they recycle. Michael Fitzgerald, he's been good today, Fitzgerald. Stone. Mafu Fear carries again. It's not pretty, but they have possession. Fitzgerald. Through the middle. So the defence, Eric Fry, the USA Eagles front rower. Having his first season in the NPC. So they are inching their way forward and they're happy to take it a couple of metres at a time, Manawatu. And they win the penalty. So good work from the Turbos.
Well, it's pretty ugly, but effective. Pick and go into these conditions. There's not much else has been effective so far for Manawatu, so they've got to try that.
Well, that's where Beetham was so lethal in the first half for Tasman, that they could inject him and give a bit of balance to the game plan. Tikura Tumo, as we saw in Super Rugby, he's very capable of causing some grief to the defensive line. I think they need to inject him he needs to look for work, basically like Beetham was doing.
Yeah, really simple. Forwards have got to set up the momentum and then the backs can inject for sure.
Coswell jumping at 2 in the line out. Bryson didn't think that Farmer was clear, so opted to take it in himself. Fitzgerald. Bryson. Farmer to the line, and then Baker couldn't take the ball.
I can't take umbrage with that. I think that was a positive error, if that makes sense to you out there. Look at the line. He bounced out quite well, and it was only a weak shoulder, really, from Fonatia that basically dislodged the ball, but that's the way to play. Go to the line like that, Thomas Ithama, and then the straightening, and he would have been through the hole if he had held it. So, you know, it's kind of a positive mistake because it could have, you know, could have bore some fruit. So I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah, that's Tavita Fuloa Matangi coming on for the blind side there, Christo, who's actually had a really handy game, been involved in a lot.
Eric Fry, the Las Vegas Blackjacks. Saw him at Rugby World Cup in 2011. He's been playing his club rugby for Old Boys University in Wellington. Going to Massey up here in Palmerston North. Eric Fry, more reports. He's very strong and very good in the gym. We've got a couple of Japanese internationals playing for Otago, for Miyaka Tanaka, who's going great, and Shota Hori.
Yeah, going very good.
A couple of Manu Samoa internationals out here for Tasman.
Nigerian floating around somewhere as well.
There is indeed.
Bounties.
Don't know how to say his name, but he's a good player.
Dongo.
That's it.
That's a good game.
We were setting you up for that, Mel, and you responded magnificently.
Too easy.
I had noticed him, yes, you're right.
Touch. Sit.
All fell. Cripps. Fonatia on a cutout ball, so ambitious stuff inside their own half, and a good run from Kieran Fonatia. 3 metres short of the half. All fell. Cripps is deep. Now he's kicking long for James Lowe. This was good. This kick to the left side for them before. So not a bad result.
Good result, and they were able to do that. This break from Fonatia was basically because the two Manawatu players were 50 or 60 metres back. That's the strength of the win. So they took the option to run, brought all the players up, and then Cripps just hit the mark with his great wipers kick, and another change from Manawatu, but Tasman really taking Manawatu to school here.
That's right, Robert Orman comes off, and the new hooker there is Templeman.
Fraser Stone. A line-out win. Templeman into his week early. Gibbons trying to hold him up. Tasman. McBride's happy.
Sorry, it's taken in. Taken in by Green.
So the balance of the law here is because they initially have the player up, so these Tasman players have him up, they've got their hands on the ball, so now it's a contest, it's a fight. They don't have to release the player when they go to ground. They can just hold on to it and hope that it doesn't spring free, because it basically is a collapse maul. Well, it is a collapse maul, so you don't have to let the player free and allow him to play it when you initially hold him up. So very good defence. That's twice they've done that, Tasman, in this game.
Crouch.
So they're 24 out to the left.
Touch.
And they've got the player with the hot hands out, top of your screen. Peter Beetham, so we'll see where they go. Cripps showed the ball on the inside, went to the line. It's a good run from the 5'8". Colin Matangi off the foot, so referee's happy. Campbell Johnson, good three-man tackle led by Croswell. They drive the former All Black prop backwards. Cripps with an attacking kick, and it's going to be too big. Be attacking. Be tactic.
Bet you he's warm in that. Everything the Tasman are doing is just basic good decision making. Everyone knows where the ball's going next, where the breakdown is next. It's just really well organised.
Yeah, I did see that. Thank you. Stand up. I'm not happy with that. If you guys do not come close and keep creeping back, I will free kick you, understand? Thank you. Yeah, I know. I just told him.
So just to let you know, Jeremy Sewer, the halfback in the number 21 jersey he went off for the blood bin, will not be coming back on because his eye is starting to close over now.
Touch! Sit!
This is the area in the first half where Tasman, when they were playing into the wind, they opted, as we look at it now, to just try and get down that blind side. There's only one defender across there, the winger. They used Malnick to great effect to score a try, but they made the inroads there, trying to bring the defenders up. Manawatu, will they employ the same tactic? They've got to get a good scrum first. It's been a bit wobbly today.
Sit!
Off the back, Manawatu, but they don't make the advantage line. And Tasman.
Where you go, Huff? I'm not going to talk to you.
Okay, well, Sam Prattley is coming on in the number 17 jumper, and he's playing his 20th game, so that's a good achievement for him.
Is there anyone left, Mel?
That's it.
Yeah, I thought it must be getting pretty close. This isn't great. Oliver picks up and goes straight into basically exactly where the Tasman defenders were. And they just haven't been able to get it right today, the Turbos.
Box, please. Crouch!
Prattley into his first scrum straight away.
Sit!
Out of Nelson College.
No, drop it. Your angle in.
Campbell Johnston.
Number 3, angle in.
Suddenly there's a calm in the conditions, no rain.
Let's go, boys!
A little bit of breeze, but not too much.
Manawatu approach the last quarter. Need to come up with something. Martina Baker. Farmer started on the left. He's whipped around to the right. Now he receives the ball. Had to reach back for it. Runs into Campbell Johnson. Now Fraser Stone is caught again behind the advantage line. The speed of the Tasman defence is impressive. Pressure. Tharma trying to make something from nothing. Nehemuna Scudder gives a ball. And then a ball over the top from Kitty. Malnick. Beetham. Sends it long where Takoiro Tuma. One-on-one with Beetham. Doesn't beat him. Offloads in the tackle. Kitty. Clear. Milner Scudder does well. This is better for Manawatu. Look like they're posing a threat. Templeman.
Ooh, that looked a bit high.
Big shot. Now Tharma. Emery. Allfield holds him up. Good tackle. All my tongues in there as well. Has that ball been turned over the Tasman side? No, they got it back. Bryson goes behind two players for Tharma. Then he cuts out a player on the wraparound. Tharma out on the long side. Coming back in the field of play is Takoiro Tuma. Big line up to the right-hand side. Bryson. Michael Fitzgerald. He's been good today, Fitzgerald. Very busy.
Release him, 2! Hooker! Hooker!
Bryson.
He's held down.
Well, it's a good result for Manawatu because a scrum is a better opportunity to attack from.
Clear release before you go for the ball. It wasn't clear enough for me. Yeah.
And we've got number 20 coming on, Papa Wharewera. He's substituting on for the halfback for Manawatu, so Bryson is off.
Good effort from Bryson. Today it's been tough going for the 2 nines.
Yeah, it has. Hasn't probably had the armchair ride he deserves from his forward pack, Bryson. Manawatu look better, I think, guys. When the likes of Emery, Kukurotuma, Milner Scudder actually get their hands on the ball, they need to try and inject these. They need to break this game open somehow. The tactics at the moment, Tasman are dealing with it defensively quite comfortably. So they need to try and,
Crouch!
dare I say it, turn it a bit more into sevens, which will suit Tharma as well, really.
Sit!
Well, under normal circumstances and prior to the 2 boys having sensational seasons in the last couple of years, it would be Aaron Smith out there in 9 and Aaron Cruden out there in 10.
Yes, they're a couple of players quite capable of breaking a game open, aren't they? So they don't have that luxury, but they do have some talent out there. And I think at the moment, this one-dimensional approach is not working for them. They might as well just try something different. Throw a bit of, dare I say it, excuse the pun, caution to the wind.
Manawatu are not a team that likes to kick the ball. The last 2 seasons, they've been the team that kicks the least. And they certainly don't kick it to the sideline, and that pattern has shown itself again this season. But the difference is last year, as you mentioned, the Crudens and the Smiths to help with that X factor in attack.
Well, we've got Tharma, one of the world's greatest sevens players, running the football out there at first receiver. Takoiro Tuma, 7 tries in the Super 15 this year. Jason Emery, the kid out here playing centre, we've already seen from him, he's got the wheels. So it's not as if they don't have any options. Wharewera, Tharma, Baker straight away into contact, looking for the quick recycle. Wharewera with a flat ball, Callum Gibbons. 2 plays to the right and back the left. Tharma to the line. 2-man tackle on Tharma. Wharewera. Left side play, Nick Croswell straight into the Tasman defence, taken on the 22-metre line. Turn the ball over. Peter Beetham, been quiet for the last 20 minutes, the big right winger. Redmond loses the ball backwards. Kolomatangi. Cripps kicking on the right side. Takoiro Tuma needs to bring the ball back with a bit of purpose. Couple of left foot steps. Tackle to hold him up. The ball's been turned over. Goodman. 15 to play. Orfeld. Filippo Levy with a nice inside ball for Jordan Tolfua.
Oh!
Thank you.
That was almost... Do you think he agrees? The call is a forward pass. Here's the turnover. Tekoroi Tuma, he goes in. From there, somehow it springs its way free. Tasman go on the attack. There's the transfer from Levy. Check out this pass. Oh, if they'd come off, it would have been razzle-dazzle stuff from Tasman. So it must have been the inside ball from Levy that was forward, yes?
Thought that looked all right as well. So position and territory squared up quite a bit from where we were in this equivalent stage in the first half.
Touch!
With all the advantages. It's a 2-score game with 14 to play for Manawatu to get back into it.
Angle, tight head prop.
Tasman looking to promote the open side to shut off that attack from the back of the scrum from Manawatu there. And the ref was onto it.
Yeah, Johnson on the tight head side, just boring in a bit, angling in. They've been very good in the loose forward department tonight, Tasman. Effective at the breakdown, they've caused a lot of trouble, they've got the turnovers, been pretty vigorous with their tackling as well. And there's more reserves left somehow.
Well, for Manawatu there is, yeah. So that's Lewis Marshall, he'll be coming on at half-back soon.
Tharma to the line, and just a little gap, and he gets himself in the backfield. Tharma, the little chip and chase. Melnick under pressure, going backward, calls the mark. Brilliant play from the number 10 for Manawatu, and equally smart play from Robbie Melnick to defuse what potentially could have been a very dangerous situation for his team. And now Te Koirero Tuma with an error.
So the substitution I was talking about before, Marshall's actually coming on to the left wing for Manawatu. So one of their stars is off, and some fresh legs to inject a bit of enthusiasm.
Well, he's a good player. He hasn't done enough today in my book. Te Koirero Tuma. Looking for Lewis Marshall to try and inject something.
Slowly, Phil.
So just trust me, if you're straight, I'll give that what he's doing, yeah?
Fear. Eric Fry and Bryn Templeman for Scars of Battle.
Crouch.
Kellen Gibbons.
Touch. Sit.
So Lewis Marshall can do plenty with the football if he gets an opportunity. Baker tucks it and goes to the line. Fodoreta through the middle, offloads for Nick Croswell. Fitzgerald loses the ball back. Ricky Hoyata trying to apply some pressure. Fodoreta for Gibbons. That's hard going forward for Manawatu. It's Baker at first receiver, a little half break, can't free the arms. Fodoreta.
Roll out, please.
So retrieve for Manawatu. They just keep getting hit behind their advantage line all the time. When their forwards are taking the runners, they're receiving it well behind the breakdown. And the Tasman defence is just coming up and smashing them behind there.
Yeah, they're just not dynamic enough, are they, after that second or third phase when they actually get in behind and they go forward. So here, when this goes to ground, then they need to be bang away before this Tasman defence can recycle.
Fitzgerald in the middle of the line-out, now on the fly. Emery, the left foot step, takes on the tackle of Goodman, turns the ball over. Peter Beetham in traffic with a little half break. And now Kolomatangi continues. James Lowe. Now the pick and go. Allfeld, Cripps, Redmond. He goes to the line. Allfeld picks the ball up, runs to the right, slips the tackle of Eric Fry. Ball in two hands with the left-hand fan, gets the ball away. James Lowe's under the post, so Tasman. Justin Marshall saying Tasman should throw some caution to the wind, should I say Manawatu, but if Tasman to do so, come up with a point.
They certainly have, and the difference between the two teams in intensity at the breakdown is very evident. This is the turnover. Emery goes in. From there, it's ripped clear. Look at that, just ripped from his arms. Beetham, again, everything he's done today has been absolutely superb. From there, they pounce onto the attack. They're nice and patient here. And Allfield makes the break, shrugs off the tackle. And look at the offload here as he's going to ground, pops it up. Oh, I'm not sure what happened there, actually. It looked like it was propelled forward. Did it come off a foot, maybe?
James Lowe. Immediate impact. Let's get a better look at what Justin is maybe concerned about to the ground. No, it's okay. Good backup, good play. Peter Beetham been enormous today. Scored the first try. Big contributor to the second. Farmer.
Well, they're starting to leave FMG Stadium here. The supporters obviously slightly displeased, as I'd imagine the players and the coaching staff will be, with this performance from the Turbos, and that's taking absolutely nothing away from Tasman, who have come here and they've recognised the conditions and they've played them extremely well, and they've quite confidently been the better team on the day. And this will be a disappointing result for the Turbos. There's so much promise before this game.
Crouch.
So less than 8 to go, and it has been a commanding performance from Tasman, who gave the Ranfurly Shield defence a great crack, beat Canterbury, and have shown some very good signs today. Telfort loses the ball and the tackle.
Got to say, I'm so impressed with Peter Beetham. He's certainly been a standout. Obviously, it's been a team effort from Tasman, because their forward pack has given the backs good ball and a good platform from the scrum. But Beetham in particular looks like a new star. Reminds me a little bit of JK's physique when he was young, except for a caramel version.
Touch. Sit.
Croswell for Emery, and Lewis Marshall with a nice ball back on the inside. Croswell stays alive on the plate. Fodaweda. Templeman. Determined run from the replacement hooker. Busts the line. It's a good run. Now the little grubber. Now Robbie Melnick shows the ball on the inside. Tripped up by Jason Emery. Cripps in a little bit of space, gets in behind. Opts the kick early.
Mark someone.
And that ball will roll out in the in goal. So Manawatu.
Thank you, good man. I haven't hurt you. Nick. Take it on the spot.
That's what making an impact from the bench looks like. And then Melnick under pressure. He's been a good player for a long time as well, Robbie Melnick. Not identified really at the next level, but he's capable.
Very capable. He's been at the forefront of everything Tasman has done positively in this game. And I guess it's worth mentioning Hayden Cripps as well, and Steve Ballfield. They've directed the game very well, haven't they? And you know, you can't win a game in these conditions without your 9 and 10 making sure that they play the conditions right. And they've done that, and they've helped their team get this result that they thoroughly deserve, really.
Yeah. There it is. Yep. Time 5. You got more.
So a chance for a bonus point for Tasman, I guess.
Crouch.
They can get the ball at some stage. They might be willing to run it from anywhere to try and get that valuable point.
Head and shoulders.
And this will be their chance.
Head and shoulders green.
Gee, that's a tough penalty. A very, very harsh penalty. Manawatu down by plenty. Scrum in a very good position. Even a penalty virtually before the scrum is. I think it cut them some slack, didn't you?
Hold in there, Lucy.
Let them have their own scrum.
Hold in there.
They'll have a go, but not to be. Quentin McDonald instead will throw to a line out, 24 metres out.
Match up, please.
Tasman, who were conservative in the first half, full of running in the second. Boyata jumping at the front of the line out.
Line out's over. One half.
Gary Redmond. Cripps at second receiver. Nice flat ball for Whunotia. Thought about an offload. Cripps. Goodman with a little catch and tip on in the one play for Melnick. Cripps. Inside ball, Taufua.
Oh, good run.
Good aggressive run. Lone player from Canterbury to Tasman. Allfeld, another short ball for James Lowe, the try scorer. 5 metres out. They want a quick recycle. A little pick and go. Good strong running from Tasman. Good support from the forwards.
We have a scrum here. No one's going to move from that one. Yeah.
Donald and here's Jordan Taufua. Get out of my way to a couple of big Manawatu defenders.
That's the last thing you need with 3 or 4 minutes left on the clock to get bumped out of the way like that. Well, a good chance. They've created this bonus point opportunity, Tasman. Now their scrum's been nice and solid. You also have to, give a bit of a rap to the Leon McDonald coaching staff for the way that they've injected players.
Please.
Every player that's come on has made a difference. Levy's been outstanding.
Crouch.
All the players have contributed and balanced their squad and made their substitutions at the right time.
So the quick tab, Taufua with a right foot step. He's held up short.
Time, please. Thank you. I'm going to go, can you give me a reason why I should not award it? Because I can see the ball grounded on the line. Okay, you happy with that? Okay. TMO, you there, Chris?
So if it's a double movement before the line,
doesn't matter.
What's the
I can see the ball grounded on the line.
Taufua.
The problem is I can't see how he's got there.
Down.
Can you give me a reason why I should not award this try, please?
Short. Hint of a knock on.
After that, I can see it on the line. Thank you.
No.
Chris, you're breaking up again.
No.
I just need to know.
He's not going to give this, is he?
Well, the referee's told him that he can see the ball on the line, so he can't rule on that. He has to just rule on... He can't rule before the line. He can't rule on the knock-on. He's asked him whether or not he can award the try, and the referee's basically told him he's seen the ball on the line. In the act of scoring, he can rule on a knock-on.
He's knocked that on, hasn't he? What's that?
He sort of let it go, but then his elbow landed on at the same time, did it not?
Well, that's why we pay the ref the big bucks. I say no
yes,
try.
I am.
And the TMOs.
Thank you.
Try.
I can... What was that, Chris?
Got a text
Thank
from
you.
Rod Hill.
It's got a comms breakdown, guys.
Ask him. Ask him. Sign language.
Yes.
Thumbs up, thumbs down.
Yes.
I'm saying no try, but what do I know?
Short.
Yes.
There were 2 other movements before that, before the ball got to the line.
So you're telling me that it was grounded short and then his double movement to get it over the line?
No, and
That's what
it's
happened.
no try, but there's no double movement. The ball's been grounded short, so scrum, defender's ball.
Scrum, defender's ball?
Yes. Oh, sorry. It's been grounded short.
Okay, Chris, what I've got is you can see the ball grounded short here. Is there any double movement? Because I've got the ball grounded after that.
Exactly.
No, there's no double movement.
Thank you. I'm going to award the try. Are you happy with that?
Happy with that.
Thank you. Try.
I knew he was going to do that.
He had to, though. No, honestly, he had to, because that's the information and that's how the rule works, and this is where the problem is. What he's saying is he's seen it on the line with his own eyes, further away from what the TV can see. I've seen this on the line. You tell me that it's not, is what he asked. He's not worried about the double movement. And the ref and the TMO did say there was no double movement. He felt that it was just short of the line, didn't he?
What needs work is the rule.
Oh, absolutely.
And the protocol.
No doubt. Don't get me started. We haven't got all night.
Well, the bottom line is 27-3 with a minute and a half to go. Filippo Levi.
And a bonus point for Tasman.
And a try I thought was no try. It was a try. So what do I know? Cripps goes deep. Lewis Marshall has a look. A little bit of footwork. Gets rid of the first two defenders. That ball's knocked down. Marshall tidies up again. Whareweda's been active. Emery. Mafu Fia. Front row operating as a centre in midfield. Whataweda.
Knock on. That's correct. It's almost fun.
So that try awarded, and I have to say under controversial circumstances, means a 4-try bonus point win for Tasman.
Good thing is it didn't affect the outcome of the game, which a few have this year. And I won't get you started on it, Mr. Wellington, either. But they were favourable.
Green, leave it!
Yeah, exactly. And Cripps has had enough. Will take the 5 hard points to get on the road during the ITM Cup.
Well, a great performance from Tasman. They went out, they played the conditions perfectly. They came with intensity. Their work at the breakdown, their forward pack, made sure that they took every opportunity, and they really showed Manawatu how to play in both halves, with and without the win. Deserved their bonus point victory, an excellent performance, and they'll be well happy in difficult circumstances to come away with a 4-try bonus point win.
Jordan Taufua, James Lowe, Filippo Levi, very, very good contributions to maintain the enthusiasm. Peter Betham, outstanding individual performance from him. Unlike a lot of wingers in the game, very, very active, very busy, looking to get himself involved, carry the ball. And the Tasman captain, Andrew Goodman, is with Mel Robinson.
Well, fantastic tactics today. Talk us through what won it for you guys.
Oh, I don't know if it was... Yeah, we talked about fantastic tactics. I don't know if we achieved it in the first half. We were a bit all over the show, throwing offloads that we didn't really need to do, but the boys stuck out in the second half and we used that wind that was there, and yeah, really happy to come away with a bonus point.
So what are the work-ons for you for your next match?
Oh, I think controlling the ball, knowing when to pass it, knowing when to take into contact, and yeah, just the little things like that.
How's Leon McDonald going as a coach so far?
Good man, yeah, good coach, so he's leading the boys well.
Cheers, mate.
Thank you, cheers.
Leon McDonald and Kieran Kane, of course, in charge of the Tasman Marcos team. Nelson Marlborough amalgamations had its issues, but if their 2012 form was anything to go by, they can look forward to a very positive future. And disappointed captain of Manawatu, Nick Croswell, is with Mel Robinson.
Yeah, Nick, what do you think went wrong for you guys today?
I just think we're letting them squeeze their points. Really slog our butts off and try to create things, and then to just let them walk in for some tries. And it's been a thing in a few of our games which we've got to get right if we want to be competitive.
So how do you turn that around for your next one?
I think we look at it. We point out the areas and we do our best to fix them. We'll really work on the next few days, but I think we try. We don't. The boys never lack effort, but it's just bringing it all together, consistently.
Good luck for your next match.
Cool, thanks, Mel.
So a 4-try bonus point win for the Tasman Marcos, 27-3 over the Manawatu Turbos. very good day at the office for the Tasman Marcos. Any win on the road. The ITM Cup is a good one, and one of those tries is a controversial one, but as Justin Marshall alluded to, it didn't affect the result. So a 4-try, a bonus point win, and 2 conversions and a penalty by the captain, Andrew Goodman, who was very solid in defence today. And one of the game's outstanding performers, without a doubt, right winger Peter Beetham. It's with Mel Robinson.
So Peter Beetham had a great game for Tasman today. Tell us a little bit about yourself first and foremost. I know you're 21 years old. First season in the ITM Cup?
Yep, just first season coming from Australia. I'm actually 23, but yeah, it's been good.
And why did you make the choice to come over?
Just the homeland of great rugby, great attacking flair, and the backs here are just tremendous. So just wanted to get my hands straight into it and see how it went.
Have you got an Australian passport or a New Zealand one?
I have 2 passports, so I'm born in New Zealand, so I've got both.
Who do you model your play on?
Well, my oldest growing up were Tana Umaga and Christian Cullen. I know they're Kiwis, but yeah, I just really model my game on those 2 players.
And finally, what do you want out of playing ITM Cup? What's your aim out of all of this?
I pretty much came over here just to learn, get a bit of passion going with my rugby, and take that into the Waratah season for next year.
Okay, looking good, mate.
Thanks very much.
Yes, he is indeed, and isn't it great to have him here as well, Peter Beetham. Great form this year.
Yeah, certainly is, and hopefully Robbie Deans isn't watching. The All Black selectors are. Keep an eye and keep our talent if we can get it here. Statistically, you have a look down that right-hand side. Really, Tasman dominated the game. The possession was pretty even at the end of the day, but there's a lot of parity there. So what you think about is statistically, well, how was this game so one-sided? Well, it was because tactically Tasman were just a lot more efficient, and that's not shown in the stats. But if you watch this game throughout the entire match, you just saw them implement their game plan a lot better, and that's why they won the game. They were a lot more accurate.
And to follow this, Northland and North Harbour. On behalf of former internationals Mel Robinson, Justin Marshall, thanks for watching Sky Sports' presentation of the ITM Cup, the Soul New Zealand Rugby.
Boy arms.
This has been a Fox Sports presentation.